Hello, everybody. This is Howard the Teaserking coming to you. I'm going to do a investment finance, gold, crypto, baseball card video. I'm just so tired of hearing about it, and nobody gets it. Very few do, and so I'm just going to educate my audience and try to do the best I can, like I do when I educate everybody on football. So you have a couple of things going. You have this cryptocurrency, you've got gold, you've got sports cards, and you've got US dollars. So my background is I have a master's in corporate finance and Austrian economics. I use a lot of what's that war book? Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I use that to pick the football games and to play and my investments. So you all know I'm a professional gambler and bet the football games. But I always give you why and how I bet the games, so you know it makes sense to make the bet. So let's talk about cryptocurrency first, and then we'll go into gold and then sports cards and then sports gambling. So, what is cryptocurrency? I have no idea because you don't get anything. So, you go on and buy as if you were buying a stock. But if you buy a stock, if you buy Newmont Mining, which is my gold stock, you own the stock that owns gold in a mine. You have something substantial. When you buy crypto, you don't really own anything. Other people are bidding it up because they like the privacy angle. Well, I don't like the Fed's fiat money, which is basically they print it and it's backed by nothing. It's very similar to the cryptocurrencies. It's backed by nothing, but you don't have the government backing it. That's why you can go into a store with a $20 bill and buy $20 worth of groceries, because the government says by law, if I have a 20 and I go to the store, they have to take it to pay for my goods. So you don't have anything with crypto. Some people think that Bitcoin has a like it's limited to 21 million coins. If we believe that, if they can prove it, and if it's real, is that limited? Not really. See, they compare it to US dollars, which is apples and oranges. They compare it to gold, which is apples and oranges. Gold, I have a gold coin, so I always have value. But crypto is not currency. I mean, they call it cryptocurrency, but it's not money. There's nothing there. It's just, I don't know, computer stuff. So all these people trying to convince people to do it. Well, in my view, what cryptocurrency is, it's not even as good as baseball cards. I can find a Tom Brady PSA 10. I think it's a Topps Chrome Refractor rookie card, which I own, and a PSA 10 for that $70,000. You have the card. It's very limited. It's not 21 million. It wouldn't be worth that. It's probably a couple hundred. I'm not really sure, but I know it's his rookie card, and I know it's worth, not a refractor is worth 20 grand, if not more than 25 grand. So a refractor, I'm only guessing 75. It could be more. One of his rookie signatures, that was a 100 count, sold for $1 million. So let's use that one. So if I have a 100 count Tom Brady rookie card, it's worth $1 million. How much is Bitcoin worth? Now it's like 32,000. Again, you don't own anything. If I have the Brady card, I have the Brady card, and I could always get. So I have that. Let's say I don't have the 100 count one. Let's say I have the 100 count one. I always have it. It's worth $1 million. It's not going down. It's only going up. There's no reason for it to go down, unless he does a Mark McGuire and he does steroids, and everybody hates him for that. I lost a lot of money and value on McGuire bonds and Sosa for no reason. But so that's the thing. So there's limited card you can get. a Jordan rookie card worth $700,000 that's only going to go up. And as the dollar, so that's what happens. You want limited, get a PSA 10, Jordan, Brady, Shaq, Kobe Bryant, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Those will be gold. Those will be worth a lot and only go up. Why will they only go up? They're limited. PSA 10s they're not a lot of them. So Topps is like the Fed. Topps prints a million cards. Like I have the 1990 or 1989 Barry Sanders rookie card from Topps, and that was Topps produces millions and millions of cards, so that's why the value of that, if you get a Barry Sanders 10 from 1989, is only worth $250 because they made a million of them. Now, how many of them are 10s? Obviously, quite a bit. But that's inflation, right? They printed so many Topps cards that they created inflation on the card. The Brady rookie card that they only made 100 of, and they're numbered, so you know they can't make more, goes for $1 million. So you can see when it's not inflated and they produced a small amount, they have big values. When I started collecting cards was in the early 90s. None of the cards were numbered. Then slowly they made about 94, 95 these 10,000 counts. And then slowly about 1998 they made Topps gold red labels. And they were 50 count, 25 count, and 100 count. Well, that's what I bought. I bought the Emmitt Smith, the Jerry Rice, the Barry Sanders, the Dan Marino, 50 count, 25 count, 100 count. But they're numbered, so you know that's all they made of those players. So I don't know what they're worth now. eBay hasn't gotten to that point yet. They haven't figured out that the real limited cards are the ones that are only 25 or 50, and they're numbered 37 of 50. That's all they made is 50 of those cards. So they haven't figured that out. They'll give you $500 for a 1990 Hoops Jordan, which is worth $5 because it's heavily produced, but it's Jordan and it's just a regular card. It's not even a rookie card. So that's what you have. But once these PSA 10s bring in the limited, they get away from the inflation. The inflation's all the cards printed. That's the inflation. That's the money inflation, right? They're printing all this money. The difference is you can't get a PSA 10 dollar, but you can get a PSA 10 Jerry Rice rookie card, which goes for $125,000 because they don't have too many PSA 10s, so it's a small population. And that's what you're really looking at as an investment, and that's really what non-inflation is. So inflation is Topps printing all these, but then of them, all the ones that are PSA 10, which is the highest grade, which is perfect condition, there's very small of it. So how I collected, nothing was graded in the late 80s, early 90s until about late 1990s. So I would get cards. So I got a bunch of 86 Flair basketball cards that are in mint condition, maybe gem mint, because I tried to get them. I knew the corners and the centering, and the picture had to be perfect in the edges. I knew the 4 conditions, so I would go and look for those conditions. And when I found one that was perfect condition, like an '82 Joe Montana, I got it for $2 because the guy didn't really break out PSA 10.9 because there wasn't any grading. So anyway, so what you have, where that brings me around, is so inflation is when you mass produce, it's just like the Fed's doing. They're mass producing the dollars, which makes the dollars worth less. So when you go to the grocery store and you buy your Cheerios hasn't gone up. The dollar has lost its value, and that's why you look for other means to get, because the dollar's just going to keep printing. Well, what are they going to do? They're not going to have PSA 10s. So if the dollar keeps printing, the value goes down. Like a Topps Barry Sanders card you know, is a PSA 10 is only 150 or 200. The Jerry Rice card was such a hard card to get centered that there wasn't a lot of 10s, even though they produced a massive amount. So of those 10s, that's why you're getting 125,000 on a 1986 Jerry Rice card. So we see what inflation is. The government can't do anything about it because they keep printing, they keep adding. So when you have that, what do you do now? So you want to get your money out of US dollars. So I can go buy Bitcoin, I can go buy gold, I can go buy baseball cards. And what do? Well, you look for the ones that are most limited and most sought in demand. So let's look at Bitcoin. Or let's look at cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies, there's 200-300 different cryptocurrencies. Which one do I buy, and why would I buy any of them? They're just computer things that really have no value at all. There's no Bitcoin, right? I can give you a gold coin, right? Here it is. This is 2000. I can't get a Bitcoin. It makes no sense. 21 million is not limited. I can get more for a Jerry Rice card. I can get 125,000 for a Jerry Rice card that can only go up in value, or it should go up. I don't think there's a bubble in sports cards. I think people are getting rid of their cash and they're looking for assets to buy. And the best way to beat inflation, because the dollar loses value, is to buy real assets: gold, silver, baseball cards, paintings, houses, things that they're an asset and they'll keep their value. And that's why you see a lot of these, what analysts call bubbles. It's just, they've shot up, but it doesn't mean it's a bubble. So you can buy Bitcoin, but you don't really own anything. So why? And you have a few rich people wanting to get out of dollars. So like Cuban, right? He's got a lot of Bitcoin. Why? Why doesn't he buy Michael Jordan rookie cards? And why doesn't he buy Jim Brown rookie cards and Mickey Mantle rookie cards, PSA 9s and 10s? Because I don't know if you can find PSA 10. I think there was one 10. I don't even know if it was a 10 Mantle that just sold for $5 million. I think it was just a 9. I never see a 52 Topps Mantle on eBay PSA 10. You can't even, you see, they go for 70,000 for PSA 6s. So if you can get a PSA 9 Mantle in the 52, 53, 54, that'll never go down. There's never going to be not a demand for Mickey Mantle. And it's going to be way more than a Bitcoin could ever be worth. And if I want, I have the card. So I have it. And then if I want, I go on an auction site and I sell it. And I get $3, $4, $5 million or whatever new currency we're going to jump into. Or I'll take gold for it. That's what I'm thinking of doing with the rice. I get 125 grand. That's 60 ounces of gold I can buy for it. And I'm happy either way because I want to be out of U.S. dollars. So my whole synopsis was I have money in U.S. dollars. I want to get out of the U.S. dollars because they're losing their value. They're tops, right? There's too many of them. And they're printing more. And they're not taking. And they can't raise the interest rates because the debt's too high. You can't pay 5% on the debt now. You can only pay 0.5% or 0. So this is your options. So as a investor, which is what my people are, the Teaserking people are investors. They invest in me. You give them football picks. I also give them tips on gold. I have a few gold videos. But with my master's in economics, I know you want limited supply, sound quality, and so there's nothing wrong with it. So I collected, once I got my master's, I bought some gold and I bought some baseball cards because they were cheap. I got them cheap. But I was smart enough to go after the superstars, 1961, 1965, 1968, In baseball, I got some Jim Brown 1959 Unitas and Star. The only thing I think I missed was Paul Horning's like 59 or 60 card that I kind of cringed like I wish I would have got that. But what did I go after? Superstars: Mays, Aaron, Pete Rose, Mickey Mantle. I got a 61 Roger Maris that's in perfect condition, that's probably worth $100,000. I just need to get it graded. But it's centered, it's fabulous picture, bright, edges are fine, no ink on it. It's a perfect card. It should get a 10, but let's say it gets a 9. It's worth over $100,000 because it was 61 is the year he hit 61. So it's things like that I did that I was smart enough to figure, which is like playing stocks. You go to the stock that's going up, the Amazon, the Google. I never got into those because I never saw the value. It's just advertising. If the advertising works, I don't know. I don't watch an advertisement I'm not on Facebook anymore, but on Twitter or YouTube. I don't watch commercials. I skip them as quick as I can. So you have options. So I can be in Bitcoin and it's going to cost me $33,000 to buy a Bitcoin today. Or I can buy a half of one, I guess, or quarter. I don't know. It's a pyramid scheme. It's only good because other people are getting in and there is no value. There's nothing there that has value, right? So I buy baseball cards and I buy gold and silver. Why? Because they're real. My money I'm holding is worthless, right? It's going to go out. They're going to remove the U.S. as the world currency. The problem is the rest of the world prints more than the U.S., so there is no currency to go to, which leaves the only real money, which is gold and silver, mostly gold. So I'm buying as much gold as I can because once the U.S. dollar either fades out of existence or all the other dollars get so bad, gold will zoom up. What's happening to gold now is being manipulated by the Chinese and the Russians. That's why it stays low, because the Chinese want to keep buying and the Russians want to keep buying because they want to take over. So the best way is economically. How did the Romans get there? They had gold. When they'd invade and take over a country, they took all their gold. Why did Rome fail? They started inflating their money and the coins were never gold anymore. They were copper. Well, the Germans got all the gold, and then their armies came in and defeated the Romans. And it's happened to Britain. It happened to the Amsterdam, the Netherlands. They had the money because they had the boats and the shipping. I think France even was the lead currency once, but not anymore. So that leaves you with the U.S., but not anymore. It's gonna move. So if my money's gonna go to nothing, which I know is the only it has to happen because you can't keep doing tops, right? Eventually Upper Deck came in, eventually other companies came in, Bowman Chrome and Topps Chrome. Why is there Topps Chrome if you got Topps? All these other companies came in, and then Topps even lost more value because people selected, well, I'd rather have the Topps Chrome Refractor Brady rookie card that's worth $100,000 than a regular Topps Brady card that maybe in a 10 is worth $1,000 or $2,000. Not even sure. So that's your choice. So again, why am I in crypto? Well, I think it'll go up. Well, it's private. The government doesn't know what I'm doing. Well, if you deal in cash, the government doesn't know what you're doing either. When I go to Vegas and I gamble, here's $1,000. They don't know I played poker. They don't know what I did. And that's the whole point of it. So they want to be secret, but it's a lot of dirty money. It's a lot of money laundering in Bitcoin. The government's getting involved. So not really what you are thinking about with Bitcoin. It's not a currency, and there's no value to it. And there never will be because they don't have anything to give you value. If they actually had 21 million Bitcoins and you bought a Bitcoin and it came in the mail like you buy gold, then I could say, yeah. But it's still not limited. I can buy a Mickey Mantle card where there's maybe 50 PSA 10. Let's say a 1965 Mickey Mantle. PSA 10, maybe there's 20 of them. It's Mantle, and it's worth over I don't know, $500,000. You can find it, which I can't. So if you can find any PSA 10s from 1952 to 1968 Mickey Mantle, buy it, because it's only going to go up in value. It can't go down because they can't make any more, and that's all there is. And he's Mickey Mantle, or the Jordan rookie, or the Brady rookie, or the Shaq rookie, or the Kobe, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays. They can't produce anymore. They come out with these 2015 reprints of the rookie cards of these guys, which is such a joke. But at least they come out as reprints. They don't try to shove them in and say, "Oh, let's keep making 1961 Mickey Mantle cards out of the tops, and screw everybody." So at least they're not doing that. I think they had to break the plates, and something happened where they couldn't just keep printing them. But I wouldn't be surprised if the owner of Topps has a bunch in his little closet and got them all graded PSA 10s. So if you want limited, you can get 25 count Tom Brady cards. I have some. 50 count Tom Brady cards. 25 count Jordans. 25 count. I don't know if Montana was around long enough, but if you get a PSA 10 Montana rookie, that's $60,000 right now, and it's extremely hard to find a centered 1981 Montana rookie card. But if you can get one, it's $60,000 going up. It's not going to go down because it's limited and it was extremely hard to get. So you're probably dealing with maybe 100, 200. There's population reports out there, but again, I have a Rice, which could be a 10, but I haven't gotten it graded yet. So it's kind of little bit. This is how many have been graded now. Again, it's still very, very limited for these older cards to have PSA 10s. Topps didn't worry about centering, so a lot of these cards are off center. So if you find a Topps very centered, good corners, good pitcher, anything from 1950 to, I'm going to say 1980, buy it, because get a Wilt Chamberlain rookie, get a Kareem Abdul, $50,000-$60,000. They're very limited if they're 10s, even 9s. So that's your option of investment. Bitcoin's an investment. It's not a currency. So back to economics. I have money I don't want. Okay, I can buy Bitcoin, but what's going to drive it up? Well, it's limited. Well, is it really limited? Is 21 million a limited asset when I can get 25 Tom Brady's, and that's it, and they can't produce anymore because they're serial numbered, or a Jordan rookie, or Mickey Mantle, which they can't make anymore? They're going to be worth a lot more and only go up, because as the dollar, let's keep in mind, this is $35 an ounce. This is a 1 ounce gold coin. $35 an ounce in 1971 when we went off the gold standard. Now it's about 1,800. Should be about 5,000, but their Chinese and Russians are keeping the price down. But nobody wants to say it, but that's what's happening. They want to buy more, they keep the price down. So, that's what I see. So I at least own the gold. I own the coin, and at 1,800. So is my gold coin? It's 1,800 now that I could sell for 2,000, better than $1,800, which are continuously being Topps printed and continually going down in value. And my gold can only go up because it took $35 to buy the ounce, is now $1,900 to buy the same ounce. It's still an ounce of gold. The gold hasn't changed. What's changed? The dollars have gone down in value. The Cheerios are $6 a box at Target for freaking Cheerios. So it's never, the prices aren't going up. So people don't understand inflation. It's Topps, right? You've printed too much money. What happens is prices don't really go up. The value of the dollar drops, so I want to keep it even. The ounce of gold goes to 1,800 for an ounce. It hasn't moved. The dollars, now you need 1,800 of them because there's so many out there. They're so Toppsed that that it takes 1,800 just to get back to the ounce of gold. It takes $6 to get the box of Cheerios. The price of Cheerios hasn't gone up. The price of anything hasn't gone up. The dollar's gone down. That's inflation, and this is what everybody seems to be getting confused of, looking at prices, and the prices are just, it needs more dollars because you printed more. So that's inflation. So I'd rather have gold, a Mickey Mantle or Tom Brady card, or gold stock than I want US dollars, which can only go down in value because they keep printing them. Right? They're printing and printing and printing, and we're going to be Russia soon, but Russia in a bad way, because there's two people in Russia. There's the mafia who run it, and then there's all the working people that work 12-hour days, and I got friends there, 12-hour days, $100 a week, one day off, and they live very poorly, and their rubles being inflated. I went there 7-8 years ago, and it was 24 to 1, because I remember this show 24. So when I converted $100, I got 2,400 for it. I just sent somebody a PayPal. It's 73 to 1. So $100 buys me 7,300 rubles. Are they all in trouble? And that's what's going to happen here. And it isn't a pretty sight, because the mafia runs everything. They control the police, because the police can't make any money. So the mafia says, here, I'll give you $1,000, because I'm the mafia, I'm rich. I'll give you $1,000 and you do what I say, and the cops are in the mafia's pocket. So the mafia does what they want and get away with murder. And that's what happens in the poorer countries, which is where we're headed. We're going to be a poorer country. Who's the rich country? The ones with gold. So even though Russia is printing all the money and they have the gold, they're not changing to a capitalist system. China, it's a communist country, kind of capitalist in their marketplace, but still I'm not buying yuan. So the only really current money you can buy is gold. Or you can buy, now this isn't the real card, but you can buy this. Now you can see this is a reprint, but this is the idea. I can buy this card, not the reprint, and as the currency devalues, the value of that card goes up more and more and more, and I have the card. And I can easily get rid of it on eBay. It's liquid, or any auction site. Can I easily get rid of Bitcoin? And what will keep the value? So the Mickey Mantle card will keep the value and go up, because they can't produce any more 1952 Topps rookie cards, especially a PSA 9 if you're lucky enough to find it, and it's worth, I don't know, like $5 million if you're lucky to find it, and it'll only go to $10 million. Look at that Trish Speaker 1906 that Wayne Gretzky used to own. What did he do? He bought it. It was like $1 million, and this is 10 years ago, and now it's worth, they sold it for like $5 million. Why? Because it was limited. It wasn't even a good grade. It was like a PSA 2 or 3 or 4, but there's 5 of those cards out there. So he shouldn't have sold it. He'd have made more money holding it. But that's the idea. If you want limited, if you want limited, this is it. This is limited. Not this, you get this card, not this reprint, right? So it's a reprint. But if you get this card, it's a 1959 Mickey Mantle. If you get this card in a PSA 9, you cannot lose, okay? That's far better than Bitcoin ever could be, because Bitcoin can't jump to $1 million. And no matter how weak the dollar goes, doesn't spring Bitcoin, right? There's only, let's say there's only 25 PSA 10s, 1959 Mantles. There's not going to be more. So if you want something limited and it's Mickey Mantle, you can't lose. Bitcoin, you don't have the card. I don't have anything. I got nothing. So therefore, what's to determine the value? Just a bunch of Mark Cubans going, well, I'm going to buy it because he thinks it's currency? It isn't. You can't. Okay, in the sense that If this is a PSA 10 and it's worth 25 grand, no, it's worth, let's say it's worth 500,000. Can I go into Toyota and buy a Toyota with it? No, baby. If it's PSA 10 and the guy goes on eBay and he sees it's worth $500,000, he might let me buy the car with that because he knows he has it and he can liquidate it on eBay. How do you get rid of Bitcoin? How do you take it? One minute it's worth 40 grand, the next minute it's worth 30 grand. The Mantle card's never going to go under, let's say it's 500 grand now. It's never going to go to 200 grand because the currency is going to keep being printed. It means you need more currency to buy it, so it can only go up in value. Now, if you value it in gold terms, so you divide the 5 million by 1,800 an ounce, you get whatever. As gold goes up, the card should go up. So it's win-win either way. So gold, I have the coin. Silver, I have the coin. But it's being price fixed. It's worse than an NFL game. I had a customer. He starts talking to me and he goes, "Well, aren't the games fixed?" And I says, "Yes, but it doesn't matter. I've done all the research and the trends and the matchups that even with the fixing, this is the results that are happening, right? So as let's say the Raiders are getting fixed, but you can see the result. They're winning as a home favorite and they're losing as a road favorite. Well, even if it's fixed, that's what's happening. So you bet it according to the fix. Here the fix is terrible. It's just totally so the Chinese and Russians can buy. And you'll see it go up when the Chinese and Russians say, okay, now we want the value to go up. And you'll see it and they'll name some excuse, but that's what's really happening in the market. It's a fixed football game. So if you want to buy gold, gold will go against the dollar. So as the dollar keeps getting printed, the value of the gold has to go up because the ounce is still an ounce, but the amount of dollars tops keeps going up and up and up, making the value go down and down and down. So you can buy gold stocks, Newmont Mining, Wheaton Precious Metals is gold and silver, which is a great play. So you can buy those. And those you buy on the dip, and I have the gold video out. So basically you buy like 1,000 shares. You watch it go up 60, 70 cents. You make your $700. That's how a professional plays poker. That's how a professional plays blackjack. That's how a professional bets football. You get up and you say thank you, and you take your winnings, and you do it again and again and again because you're smart. You're a professional. So I go to a poker table. I catch a set on a pair, some guy's got a pair of aces. I call him with a pair of fives. I get the set. I win $300-400, and I say, thank you very much. Play a few more hands because I hit the set. But I don't want to hold the aces when the set hits me and get me out. And then I say, thank you, and I win $200, $300, $400, $500. But I do it 10 times a day. You do the math. And I can't lose once I've locked it in. See, the key to gambling or betting or investing is you take your profit and run. Now that leads me to the next point of this. So I'm getting my car done at Toyota. I have a Camry. And I'm talking to the sales manager. Nice guy. He's into crypto. He's not into gold. I make it into a poker talk. And I said to him, how much crypto? What'd you invest? 35 grand. What's it at? I'm at 135. I was at 400. And I go, didn't you get pissed? You just lost 300,000. Well, I didn't look at it like that. Why not? If I'm at a craps table or a blackjack table or a poker table and I got 400 and now I'm down to 100, I'm pissed because it's my money and I lost even though I'm up and I didn't make as much. So what needs to happen, I told them, take your money off, take your winnings back. So pull your 35 grand out as profit. Go buy gold, silver, a Mickey Mantle card, whatever you want with it. Don't keep it in currency. Maybe you do 60, 70,000. So you're up you got 135. So maybe you leave 60,000 in so you can still run it. But you back off 60. So you quit a winner, right? You can't lose now. You're not Because if you lose this 130 and it goes to zero or it goes to $100, you'll kill yourself. I know. You cannot, you can't live with yourself when you are up and you give it back. That's the worst thing. If you come in and you lose, okay. But when you win and you don't take the money off the table, you will kill yourself. It haunts you. I'll go back to 1977. I bet football. It was a Saturday. I bet 17 games. So I think it was about $100 a game in the 70s. So it was real money. I won them all. I'm up, I think, somewhere a little bit more than 100. And yes, they were all teasers. So I think I was up $2,500 roughly after Saturday's action, winning every game. Every game won. I mean, it was like, you know how I pick, but I don't win them all. But here, I won them all. I'm up 2,500. So we go into Sunday, and I have about 1,500 bet on the pro games. And I'm thinking, why do I have this money bet? Let's say I win $1,000, I go to 3,500. If I go to 15, I'm going to feel far worse than if I hit to go to 35. And what happened? I had a bad day. I lost $1,000. I think I ended up winning 800 for the weekend, and I'm up 2,400. Had a terrible Sunday, and that was the lesson learned. 1977 or 78, and I was so upset, even though I still won 800, that I had went from 2,300 down. It nearly killed me. I mean, so from that point on, it's you quit a winner. Right, you up 20. You go 17-0 on a Saturday, and I've done 23-0 on rivalry weekend way back in the early '80s, I think. And you are very careful on Sunday, and you go a 1:00 game for a few hundred. Where's my luck for a few hundred, and the Monday night game or whatever, and you are not because. When you're up that kind of money, and this is, I'm 16, 17 years old, in the 70s, and I'm up 2,500 real dollars, getting the 3,500 doesn't mean anything. Getting the 25 means something. But if you only get 1,000 and you had 2,500, it really kills you. So that's life lesson one is when you get up, you take your profit. So if you're in Bitcoin, that's where this is going. So Bitcoin jumped up because of the Mark Cubans and everybody, for whatever reason. I assume they're doing highly illegal activities. There's no value in Bitcoin. It's a pyramid scheme. If nobody buys, the price can't go up. It's not a stock. I don't own a gold mine. I don't own General Motors. I don't own Ford. I don't own Microsoft. I don't own anything. Why am I in it? There's nothing. I don't have a Mickey Mantle card. I don't have a card. I don't have a coin. I don't have anything physical in my being. So therefore, you made a terrible investment. It turned out okay so far. Get the hell out. You swear by Bitcoin, it's the greatest thing. Take your profit. So if you invested 20, 30, 40 grand and you're up 100, 200, 300, take your money. Say thank you very much. Pull out, at least double your investment. Now I can't lose. Put it in your pocket. You can still play out the other. But you're sitting there going, geez, I got 100 grand in Bitcoin, which really is nothing. It's not a currency. It's not gold. Why don't I either take 50 grand and buy gold, take 50 grand and buy Mantle cards, Tom Brady cards, Jordan cards, PSA 10 that are limited, and then that'll go when money keeps dropping, then the cards go up more, the gold goes up more, the stocks go up more. You can't lose. So you're at a poker table, you just busted pocket aces with a set of fives. You take your money and you say thank you, and the difference at a poker table, you're taking your profit and leaving. Here, the dollar value will keep dropping because it's tops, and all the assets, the gold, the Mantle cards, the gold stocks will all go up because it takes more dollars to buy. It takes more dollars to buy the ounce of gold, and that's all that matters. It'll take 1,800, 1,900, and it'll be 5,000, it'll be 10,000 to buy the ounce of gold. It's an ounce of gold. It didn't move. You're not getting more money because of the gold. You're getting more money because the dollar is losing value. The only way the dollar can't lose value is if they raise interest rates to 25%, because inflation, real inflation, not CPI, where they don't include food and they don't include Toyota. My friend at Toyota says they're going up from 20 to 25, 26,000 because their labor costs, their steel costs are going up, and the chips and everything. So, is that inflation? No, it's again the value of the dollar being worth less. So they want more to cover the prices of the dollars purchasing of steel and computer parts and engines. It takes more dollars to buy the engine and the computer part. Therefore, by taking more money to buy these things, you then they need to charge more. Now, here's the kicker. Say's Law. What is Say's Law? Say's Law says, I'm a New York Giant fan, and I want New York Giant mugs, and you make them for me. And I want New York Giant t-shirts. And my brother-in-law wants an LT. I got him for his birthday, Lawrence Taylor jersey back in the 80s, back in the day. Because that's what the public demanded. The consumer demands it. However, the marketplace dictates the price you can sell them for. So, if this is $5, maybe $10, I'll buy it. You want to sell me this for $100, I'm going to say, no chance. I'll look for another one that's in the $5 to $10 range. So just because the dollar buys less at Toyota or wherever, they cannot, if there's no market for the $25,000 or $30,000 Toyota Corolla or Toyota Camry, if nobody's willing to pay it, they can't charge it. So then what happens is it's going to cost them $30, they can only get $20 because that's all the market will bear. So when you push them out at $30, nobody's going to buy it. See, people, if they're smart, would buy the car now and then say, fuck it, I'm going to own it for 10 years. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not buying a new one when the prices go up. So that's where the market comes in. And this is what I'm finding a lot of so-called Austrian economics guys that I listen to on YouTube aren't understanding. They think they're just going to pass the cost on and it's going to hurt the poor people. Well, it'll hurt the people on a fixed income because their income stays, but they need more dollars to buy the things. However, just because prices go up doesn't mean they can charge more in the marketplace, because the marketplace can only pay what they have, what the market will bear. So if this costs you $50, you're only getting 10. So now you're not going to make it because you can't make it for the $6 that you need to make it for to sell it for 10 in the marketplace. If it costs you 50, but you can only get 10 in the marketplace. So just because costs go up doesn't mean I'm going to spend $60 on this because I don't have extra dollars to pay more. So that ends up with a huge recession. Prices will fall to market. And so the market's dictated by the people. So I went to the meat store the other day, and the guy, this was kind of like not a Meijer's or a Target meat place, but a more upper grocery store. And their steaks went from $15, $16 a pound to $22, $24 a pound. And I looked at the butcher and I laughed. I says, nobody's going to pay you $24 for a New York strip. All of a sudden I went back in a few days ago and the $24 New York strip was on sale for $14 because they couldn't the market won't pay it. And I don't know how the market paid $14, but all the other prices went down to $19 and $20 because you're going to cut all your meat up and you need to charge $22. Nobody's going to pay it. I don't have $22 to buy a steak. I can go to another store. It's more wholesale, and I just bought $100 worth of Delmonico's and New York strips at $9 a pound. So I can go substitute you. I don't need to shop at your store. I can go shop at another store that has the discount. I threw it in my freezer, so I'm set with steaks for a year now at $9-10 a price. So as inflation hedges in, I know they're pressuring us to buy food, but I can't. I'm on this keto low carb diet because my blood pressure got high. And thank God it's back down to 120 over 80. It was 180 over 140. Now it's 120 over 80 again. And so thank God I was able to do that on this diet. So you cut out the carbs, a lot of fruits and vegetables. Well, I can't buy fruits and vegetables in bulk. I can't buy 20 lettuces. They won't last in the fridge, for more than 3 or 4 days. So the fruits and veggies, I think I'll be okay. Again, it's celery's $1.29 for a bush. I don't think inflation's going to push the price to $15 for celery. They'll never be able to sell it. So that's what happens. So what you're looking for is a way that, how do I get rid of my money? Because if I hold 100,000 in the bank, it's going to be worth nothing, right? It'll buy very little. So I got to get out of U.S. dollars, which leads me to getting into what other currency. So I buy euros. And I had this thought with myself, and I go, I can't. Euros are the same thing. They're just printing more and more and more. This is Germans' version of World War III, where the Germans want to take over by doing the euro and printing it, but it's not working. So the euro is not an answer. So the only place to park your 100,000 US dollars, which you don't want to hold on to because the value is going down, you're not getting any interest rate. So you either buy a house, you buy Mantle cards, you buy gold coins, you buy things that will hold the value, and it'll just take more dollars to buy. So that's up to you, whatever you prefer. I've got Mantle cards, I've got gold, I've got silver, and I got gold stocks. I don't buy any other stocks but gold stocks. And I play my little game, and I get my 70 cents, and I make $700, and I say thank you, just as if I found it on the floor. And then I come back to play the next day, just like I play poker. I hit a flop a set. I win 2, 3, 400. I get up and walk away because in the long run, my aces are going to get busted too. My king, queen of hearts is somebody's going to hit a set on me. That's the nature of hold'em. It's all luck, well, mostly luck. So therefore, I don't want to stick around to get knifed by you flopping a set on my aces. So that's why it's hard. That's why you take the profit there. But then you come back and you hope you get your set again, or you hope you flop a flush. And, I had one hand, I flopped quads. I had pocket eights. Pocket eights came on board. I didn't bet one time during the hand, and 3 players went all in. And all I did is, guy makes a big bet, I call. Now, there's 4 guys in, big bet on the flop, big bet on the turn, all in on the river, all before me, and all I'm doing is calling. So I'm all in without making an all-in bet, and I flop quads. Now that's what you're looking for in poker. Well, you're looking for that in life, right? Where it's very easy. So buy your Mantle cards, buy your Brady cards. They can only go up, especially the older ones, because they can't produce anymore. The newer ones, be careful. And then the rookies, be careful. Don't buy Topps baseball rookies, Bowman Chrome 2020, 2021 rookies. Forget about it. Half those guys won't pan out. I can just as easily buy a Mickey Mantle or a Willie Mays that's a PSA 9 that might cost me more, or a Bobby Orr, or Wayne Gretzky, or Lemieux, or any of these guys, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Montana, that's already proved. They're already done. But their values are only going to go up. Why invest in Hector Gonzalez rookie card for $200 that will be worth $20 next year when he goes and hits 167? You never know with baseball. It's the hardest to predict. If you listen to my draft, you might buy the Florida quarterback, Kyle Trask. So don't buy the Trevor Lawrence rookie card, but you can buy the Kyle Trask. Like Emmitt Smith, I bought a bunch of his rookie cards because I knew he was a great player. I saw him at Florida, and then he started playing good for the Cowboys. So I knew he was a superstar. I knew Barry right away, the Jerry Rice, Montana. I mean, I knew that from college. But that's where you're really gotta look at it, and don't buy these if run. I mean, I can't, there's a few college players, but if you listen to my draft, I'm not giving you any superstars. Maybe Kyle Trask, maybe Devontae Smith. I'm not saying he's not a great player, but I don't draft him in the first 5 picks, is what I say. But I like the running back from Alabama, Najee Harris, but I'm not gonna invest a lot in his rookie card. I just picked up a Mahomes rookie card. I didn't buy it, and now I see, okay, it didn't cost me that much. It's only 50. It's a 50. It's numbered 50 on the back. I picked it up for $50. I can't get hurt with that card. He's going to do better. He's won 1 Super Bowl. He's clearly the second best player in the league behind Brady. And so pick up as many Brady cards as you can, but make sure they're limited. They're numbered to 25 or 50 on the back, and they're PSA 10s. And you can't go wrong. You can't lose money on them. So that's what you're really trying to do, is you got to get out of your dollars, because they're going to lose value because the government's printing and printing and printing tops. Okay, that's the best example I can give you. So you get out of that. So you either buy your Rices and Montanas and John Unitas and Larry Birds and Magic and Kobe's and Jordans. So you can do that and you'll do fine. And they're very limited, especially PSA 10, especially the Ors, the Mantles, the Mazes that are in the 60s that are already gone. They can't print anymore. So you can't lose on those. Those can only go up. You can buy gold, which cannot go down because they're not stopping the print. The only way it can kind of go down is if they put an interest rate way high to offset the inflation, but they can't do that because of the debt. So the interest rate will never go high. So now's a great time because gold just got murdered for no reason, down to 1775. And I went to my coin guy and I go, hey, there's a sale on gold. Give me 10 ounces because it's 1700. You pay like 100 over books. You pay like 1875, knowing it'll be 5,000 within a year or two. So you just hold it. It's money, but it's money sitting in your savings account that is only going to go down in value, right? You're going to go buy a car, it's going to cost you 5,000-6,000 more. Well, if I have gold, my gold goes up 5,000 or 6,000. It's an investment. Crypto is an investment. If you're lucky, think of it as poker. You don't have any value. You played, you won. Get the hell out. Take your profit. Maybe leave a little if you're so incensed that you think it's an asset. But there's no. I don't have a Mantle card. This is crypto. I don't have the card. I have nothing. This is crypto. Here's Mantle. Here's gold. Look, I got Mantle. I got gold. This is what I have. Therefore, that's what you want. You want to hold something. You don't want to sit there with nothing. So you can get if you made money in crypto, I would get your profit out, maybe double your profit if you got in really early. I remember early, my friend asked, I says, it's a pyramid scheme. It's not currency, it's not money, because there's nothing there. There's nothing to back it. There's no gold, there's no silver, there's nothing backing it. So it's just Mark Cuban saying, hey, I'm going to put $1 billion into this because I'm an idiot, which he is. I mean, he doesn't, what did he do? Dell Computer. He got lucky and personalized PCs. It probably wasn't his idea. He probably stole it. Like Microsoft stole, Lotus 1-2-3, made it Excel, and he took the operating system, which he stole. So, I mean, all they're doing is stealing ideas and making money off of them. They're not very intelligent people. So, just because somebody has money does not make them intelligent. It just means they got lucky. They gamble. They hit the one outer, right? They had 3 sevens and needed to hit the 4-7 on the river, and they hit it. It does not make them smart. It just makes them lucky. So, again, you want to stay away from that. Take your Bitcoin and run. Say, thank you. God, I made money in it. As it drops, because there's no value to push it. There's nothing to push it up. Car companies can't take it because, all right, I want to buy a $30,000 Camry. I'm going to give you a Bitcoin, which is worth, let's say, $30,000. Well, how can they take it? What if 2 months later it's worth $20,000? They just lost $10,000 on a sale. They can't do that. The dollar loses value, but not. You get 30,000 U.S. dollars, which is legal currency. So You get it, even though it loses value. They can take the 30 grand and go buy gold with it. Or they can go buy Mickey Mantle cards if they're the owner of the Toyota dealership. I said, give me half my money and I'm buying Mickey Mantle cards and I'm buying Jordan cards and I'm buying gold with my money before I lose the value of it. That's what I would do if I'm running a company. Teaserking, I do that. When I get the sales from my handicapping or my poker, it goes and bought gold, and it bought a bunch of cards and silver. So this is what I'm trying to teach. You can't hold dollars because it will not hold value because it's tops. I think everybody can understand and relate to tops baseball and tops football cards being, the tops chrome refractor is a little bit more limited, and it's Tom Brady and it's his rookie card. Okay, you can get away with that. There's still some produced, but it's so hard of a card to find that it has a big value, especially if it's a 10. So now you have, let's say, 30,000 cards, but now how many are 10s? Maybe 1,000. That's it. That's limited. Crypto at 21 billion is not limited. It's limited versus the US dollar, but it's not limited versus other assets that you want to hold. Gold value will go up because the dollar will go down. That's a no-brainer. It has to. There's no way the dollar's going. Who's going to buy tops, right? Mickey Mantle cards can't make anymore, so you can have that. So again, that's just like a gold coin. It'll take more dollars to buy it, so that's safe. And you have the card, and you can go on eBay anytime or find Heritage or one of these auction sites and sell it. And you could probably buy a car or a house with it. If I had a PSA 10 Mantle rookie card and it's worth $10 million probably. I could probably go look for a house worth $5 million and put that down as value for the house. Here you go. I'm going to buy this house with this PSA 10 Mickey Mantle rookie card, and I would bet you the builder would make the trade. I bet he'd look, he'd go, it's worth $10 million. Let's say it's worth $6 million, $5 million for the house. I don't want to worry about eBay and everything in here. I want to buy a house. And I bet you could buy the house with that card. Can't do it with Bitcoin because Mantle will never go down. Bitcoin most likely will, just because of the nature. There isn't anything there. So you do your different investments. But that's how you beat the game. So right now, I buy gold and silver as much as I can. It's expensive gold. Silver, there's a glut. I mean, there isn't any. There's huge demand for silver they can't fill. So I'm starting to buy silver, and it's so cheap. It's like $27 an ounce. So where I buy it at a store, it costs me 10 over, which is 37. But they need it for phones and engines and solar panels. They can't batteries. They need silver for that, and then it wears out. Gold never wears out, so silver will run out, and then they need it, and it's not, and that's going to drive the price up. So silver's another, and it's not the same currency as gold, but it's still money. It's junior. It's gold and gold junior, but it still has a big value. So that's the master's lesson today. If you made money in Bitcoin, take your profit. You want to leave a little bit in because you think it can't go down because it's limited. Okay. Then you can buy, so make your profit, play it like poker. I made my profit, I'm getting out. Buy your gold, buy your silver, buy your Mantles, buy your Jordans, buy your Bradys. PSA 10 only. A 9 in Mantle world because it probably isn't too many 10s, but a 9's fine. Even the Montana and the rice is 125 grand. Well, who has that? So you get a 9, it's like 15,000. It can only go up. The 9s will go up more because the rice and the Montana were extremely hard to find 10s. They were, because I know we went to many card shows to find them. When at that time I was buying the Superstars, so I bought the Montana, but I only bought one of his rookie cards. I got 2 of his 82 tops in perfect condition. They're $4,000 a piece. And then the rice, we hunted. We got it in very good condition. It probably is a 10. It's pretty centered, but to get it dead nut centered was very hard. But if it is 60-40, they'll still give you a 10 with it. It doesn't have to be 50-50 to get 10s. I've seen it. 60-40 will buy you a 10 if the card, everything about the card's perfect. So both of those are extremely difficult to get 10s. So 9s will go up in value as they see how limited the 10s are. But you can't go wrong with that. Again, the dollar's losing value. It's tops. They print and print and print, which makes it worth less and less and less. Nothing goes up in price. It's just you need more dollars to buy the gold, not the gold. Gold's an ounce. It's still an ounce. But it's going through the roof because all these currencies throughout the world are tops, right? And you're sitting there with Mickey Mantle, the gold, and it can only go up. There's no reason to ever drop it. You only sell it once, it hits 10,000 an ounce. Okay, I want to sell it. Otherwise, there's no reason to, it depends on your situation. So that's what I have for you. Please email me with questions, comments. I know there's Bitcoin people that get angry when I say about gold because they don't understand the dollar. They don't understand its tops, right? That's why I try to be very specific in my explanation here. So my audience, who I know is football people and gamblers, will understand tops. And that's the currency. When you hear these guys on YouTube, the gold guys and stuff, they don't know how to explain it. They talk in mumbo jumbo that's very hard to follow for the layman. I understand it, but I got my master's in Austrian economics. Therefore, I get it. And between that and art and war, I know how to bet football. I know what to look for. I know enough to get out of the dollar and buy the gold. So I'm just sharing all this with you to protect you. I think it's extremely important. We're all getting shit on by the government as far as ruining our currency, which ruins our life. You lose freedom. You want to have money to go on a vacation. Yeah, what is that? You can't go to Vegas and you can't bet because your money won't be worth anything. If you own gold or you own Mantle cards, you own something like that, you'll keep up with it. So as the dollar tanks, the gold goes up, the Mantle go up, the Brady's go up. Now I can sell them. Once the new currency comes out, I can sell those for the new currency, and my gold is now only $50 for the new currency. It's $10,000 for the old currency. So they'll do a switch. They'll get rid of U.S. dollars and bring in something, I guess these central bank notes, which are electronic on the phone. Still fiat, still useless money. It's not money, it's currency. It has no value. It's not backed by anything. This is backed by the government saying, okay, Mr. Store Owner, if this guy gives you $50, you got to sell him the pair of shoes. You can raise your shoes to $100, but you might not buy them for $100 because I'm making his money worth less. So that's lessons learned by the Teaserking. I'm helping you. No need to argue. Everything's very logical. That's what's happening. Just go with it and protect yourself. You can. I know you're going to be upset at the crypto, the Bitcoin. It can't keep going up. There's no value in it, and it's not limited. I just pointed out 20 baseball, football cards, Jordans, Brady's that are limited. If you get PSA 10, there's probably only a couple hundred, and the demand for a Brady and a Jordan and a Mantle are a lot more than a couple hundred. Can only drive the price up. And as people are trying to get out of currency, they're either buying gold, they're buying silver, they're buying Mantles. And you can't lose in any of them because you know the value of the dollar. It's like a car. You bought it new, and after 5 years it's lost its value. That's what you have with the dollar. It has to lose its value. So you want things that hold your value. That's why I buy a Toyota Camry, because I'm not going to buy a $100,000 car and watch it go to zero. I'd rather buy gold and Jordans and Brady cards that now will go up and not buy the $100,000 Mercedes. So that's how I think. So it's a very logical thing. Please ask questions. I try to make it as basic as I can. This is master's level. I learned this in my master's program, and I guarantee you it's 100% foolproof. You can't lose on it. It's like having the nuts on the river, right? You've got your 4 8s. There's nothing more that can come out. 3 9s didn't hit the board with the if I would have flopped a set of 8s and then it came and a 9 was there and it went 9 9. Now maybe somebody has the 4th 9, and I would have cried. But that's not what happened. So I knew that's it. It's over. I won. There's nothing you can do to beat me, and you're going all in before me. So that's what's happening now. So please be very aware of it. There's good coin stores. Like I go to this Ann Arbor coin shop, and it's you just bring in your cash. He gives you the coins, and you go home. And there's no paper trail. There's no taxes, no sales tax. There's no service charge. There's no shipping, no tracking. Here's the money. Give me the gold. I go home. I got gold. Simple as that. And it's a good price. It's better than these gold places on the internet where they really hammer you with high bid. Like, so if it's 1,800, they'll charge you 2,000. Well, this guy's like 1,950. So he's a good price, and I can just drive and give him the cash. There's got to be a gold coin shop probably in everybody's area to just do that. Or if you can't, you buy silver. It's only $36, $37 an ounce. Buy 20, 30 ounces at a time and build it. And you can't lose on it. For stocks, I bought, like I said, Newmont and WPM. And I just sit on it. And as I make my profit, I say thank you. Because it's not going to go 60 to 100. It's going to go 60 to 65. Then it's going to go 60 and then 60. So as I jump, I sell high, wait for it to go down, and then it starts leveling. Then I buy on the okay, here we go again, because of the algorithms, because it's fixed, and I know that. So I'm avoiding the fix. That's how I avoid the fix, like that. And then there's still the football betting we do, that's to me crypto. Let's bet against the Lions. Let's bet on Bitcoin. Very risky. I got the trends that say 90% of the time they have no coach. They stink. They're going to lose in a teaser. And I make good money against them, just like you do in Bitcoin. But keep in mind, Bitcoin is football betting. It's not gold. It's not silver. It's not Jordan cards and Bird cards and Mantle cards. It's not in that class, so can't think of it. So if you make your money, take your profit. Always take your profit if you want to be a winner. Anybody can lose and get the profit up and give it all back. What is that? That's not an art. That's terrible. So anyway, Teaserking, you've just got your master's program in corporate finance, economics, sports betting, gold, Bitcoin, everything rolled into one. All right, everybody, have a great day. Again, www.teaserking.com. Time to get my football magazine and start studying college and get a grip on the pros with all the movement, to try to get all that sorted out for the season, which is a couple months away. We'll be back. All right, everybody, have a great day. Please try to understand, try to listen. Try to see what doesn't make sense, because everything I say makes perfect sense and is real. And you don't like gold, buy Mickey Mantle. Everybody likes Mickey Mantle, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. But if you buy gold and silver, you can't lose, because for sure the dollar's losing value. The dollar is tops. Everybody understands that. Okay, everybody, have a nice day. Take care. I appreciate your watching, and hopefully I'm trying to teach you. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a great day. www.teaserking.com.